It's finally time. You guys have been asking for my watch collection video for a very long time, and I decided, you know what? Let's give you guys what you want. And I'm gonna go over every single one of them, tell you why I bought the watch, how I got it, why I love it, and why it's still in my collection. First off, I really want to get started with this watch just because it means a lot to me, and you guys have probably seen this watch the most out of all the watches that I have in my collection. This is the good old Rolex Submariner. This is my everyday watch. This is a watch that I've always wanted in my collection. I knew for a fact that if one day I had the means to buy a Rolex, that I would have this watch right here, and I did. I got this watch when I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. It's very meaningful to me. So as soon as I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm like, I'm getting the watch. I know exactly what I want. This watch can take a beating, and that's why it's my everyday watch. It's a classic. You cannot go wrong with this watch. That's why it was my first watch. The first time that I had money to spend on a watch, I'm like, I know what I'm gonna get, because you can't go wrong with this watch. Now, around that same time, I actually got another watch. This is actually a gift from a friend of mine. You guys know him, Marcel Flores. This is a Hublot Classic Fusion, beautiful rubber, black strap, black dial. I love the stainless steel, I love the shape, it's very modern. I know Hublot has been catching some heat lately. Honestly, I don't care. I think this watch is absolutely stunning. I wear it all the time. It's got an open exhibition case here in the back, and I thought that was really beautiful. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you. I mean, you can see it's kind of scratched up. I wear this all the time. This watch to me is extremely special, extremely special. It means the world to me. This is a Rolex Day-Date Oyster Perpetual 18 karat gold, black dial. We got the diamond baguette markers. I mean, it's just a beauty of a watch. I love this watch. It's very extra. I wanted it to represent something special. I got this in 2019. 2019 to me was arguably the best year of my life. I'm talking like I bought my first home. I solidified my place in the men's fashion world, but that was the first time that I'm like, I really got my stuff together, you know, so I felt good. I bought this watch. It's a heavy watch. I was so scared of just wearing this watch for the longest time, and then I'm like, you know what, I gotta wear that thing. Like, I paid a lot of money for it, might as well wear it. Every time I look at it, it just reminds me of that amazing year. Absolutely love this watch, and the size is actually, it's really nice as well.
So you're gonna tell us that the currency amount?
The price?
That bank breaker price?
Yeah, I paid $40,000 for this watch. I paid 40 grand for it. It's crazy though, because it's worth like 60 grand now, dude. It was worth like 70 like 6 months ago. I feel like let's balance things out, all right? So from the, you know, very expensive Day-Date to this Shinola. And you're probably like, Alex, what are you doing, bro? What are you talking? This is a Mickey Mouse Shinola. What are you, 12? Guys, at the end of the day, you know, I kept this watch because somebody told me that you need to have a fun watch in your collection. You're not really getting these watches so that you can show off or so that you can have the best watch. This watch to me is a reminder to just never take your life too serious. Have some fun, lighten up, you know, and that's another reason why I actually wear this G-Shock a lot. You know, you're probably like, this guy's doing a watch collection video wearing a G-Shock, bro. What is wrong with him? I love G-Shocks. When I was a kid, I got a G-Shock. It was a white G-Shock with blue details, and it used to just light up when I pressed the button, and it was the best gift anyone had ever gotten me. I saw this watch go on sale. This is a John Mayer G-Shock collaboration, you know, and I just enjoy watches in general. It's not about the price tag, it's really about the story behind it. And John Mayer is the reason why I started playing the guitar and picked up the guitar and started playing it. I bought it in the aftermarket because I couldn't buy it before it sold out. It was like 180 bucks, and I think I paid like $550 for a G-Shock. Oh, this guy's straight laughing at me, bro.
$500 for a G-Shock.
$500 for a G-Shock. I know. I really wanted it, and I wear it all the time.
The comments about to go crazy.
I know. I'm gonna show you the watch that I just got most recently. Right now, it's probably my favorite watch. This is a Cartier Tank Louis 18 karat gold. I love this watch so much. It's very delicate. It's very clean. It's so timeless. You know, I got this and it was funny, and my mom was like, oh, we used to wear those at school. Like, she didn't have the Cartier one, she had the whatever other brand was trying to copy them back in Brazil. Those types of watches were very popular back in the day when I was like 20 years old. And here they are, still just as popular. I think what I like about this watch and the reason why I got it is it reminds me how far I've come and all the things that I've accomplished in my life. And it's a very special watch to me. I got it just after I moved to New York City. Very, very happy with this watch. It's like a coming of age kind of thing for me. Before the Cartier, I think this was my favorite watch. This is the Omega Seamaster, No Time to Die. Now, this is the James Bond watch from the newest James Bond movie. And it's such a beautiful watch. That dial is everything, man. I love it. Now, one of the coolest things about this watch, I actually didn't pay for this watch. Omega gifted me this watch. Being gifted a watch from Omega is so cool, man. It's so, so cool. I love this watch. I wear it all the time. This is probably my most worn watch outside of the Rolex Submariner.
You're a true fan, you should know, because the get ready with me.
Yeah, dude, you see this watch all the time.
Yeah.
You see this all the time. I actually wear my watches. A very different watch is this Accutron. Probably don't wear it as much as I should, but it is hard to match just because it's so big. But it's so cool. The movement is so different. It has like electrostatic movement, so you see everything in there just moving slowly with electrostatic energy. Don't ask me, I actually don't really know anymore. But I remember when I got this watch, this was actually a collaboration with them as well. So they gifted me the watch. They sent me like a really cool bottle of whiskey with it. I was feeling so, so cool. This was probably about 3 years ago. And the crystal dome here is just so interesting. I don't have anything like it. It doesn't have a bezel, it's just crystal. It just completely covers everything that's in front of you right here. So it's a very cool watch. This next watch is a Shinola Runwell Chrono. I got this in 2017. I had no idea what Shinola was. One day I was shopping at the Grove in LA. I saw the store and I was like, wow, they make beautiful things like backpacks and everything you can imagine. And of course, beautiful watches. And it was like $1,000 or something like that. It was like the most I'd ever spent on a watch. I had to sleep on it. I went to the store, I looked at it, I slept on it. It was like a week later, I came back and I bought it. And I wore this watch a lot. If you watch my older lookbooks, you're gonna see this watch return again and again and again. Actually, if you watch my latest fall lookbook, I also wore this watch. It'll always remind me of 2017 when I was still working at Google and, you know, doing my YouTube channel on the side and just hustling, man. I would go to work early and then I would go home and still do all my content creation. And I had a little bit of money and I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. You know, I bought that watch and I wore it so much. This next watch, I've always wanted a blue dial watch. This is a Rolex Date Just 2. This is white gold. I love the fluted bezel. I've never loved the bracelet very much. Anytime I wear blue, anytime I'm on vacation that I know I'm gonna be near water, I wear this watch. The blue just pops with water, but here in New York or in LA, I feel like I never really wore it to go out or anything like that. So I love wearing this watch when I'm by the pool or when I go on vacation. Next up, this is the Omega Dark Side of the Moon. It's a Speedmaster. This is the first time that I collaborated with Omega. They sent me this watch and I was over the moon, no pun intended. It just meant so much to me, man. It was the first time that I ever worked with like a big brand like that. You know, a brand that I'm like, wow, I would have spent the money on this watch. It was a big achievement in my career to be able to align myself with a brand like this, to be able to say, hey, I am working with Omega, one of the best watch brands in the world. You know, I'll never forget the day I got this watch. I was in LA, I went into Omega at the Beverly Center, and it was just so cool because he came out with the box and he had these like gloves on and opened the watch for me, and I was like drooling over. I was like, wow, that's a sick watch. Pretty hefty watch. And if I remember correctly, it's made out of like this ceramic block, so it can actually crack if you drop it. So I was always super scared of wearing this. All right, I got a few more watches for you guys. Let me talk about this one. This is an interesting watch. This is an Ingersoll watch. So this was the first automatic watch that I ever got. I was on a work trip to Poland. It was super random. It was my first time in Europe. Back in the day, they used to give you little flyers on the plane or catalogs, and you could buy things on the plane. I don't know, they keep it in the back or something. I don't know. It had this watch in a photo, and I was like, oh, that's a cool watch. Can I see it? I looked at it, and I loved it. I just thought it was so cool. It was so different from anything else that I had at the time. It probably cost me like 200 bucks. But it was the first time that I saw an open case back. Really fell in love again with watches after buying this watch. And I keep it because it means a lot to me. I don't wear this watch anymore, but I do like to look at it and just sit back and remember, you know, those times. This next watch here is a watch that I also probably don't wear a lot. anymore, but I do really like it. This is a Seiko 5 Sports. They say that this is the best automatic watch you can buy for as an entry-level watch. Exhibition case back, you know, it's a very sporty watch, especially with this type of strap. But it's a cool watch, man. If you guys are looking for an affordable automatic watch that actually is amazing, that's not gonna let you down, this is the watch. This is a really, really nice watch. If you're just getting into watches, if you're starting a collection, highly recommend you look into the Seiko 5 just because it's a beauty and it's like very well recognized in the watch space as one of the best watches to start your collection. Now I have two more watches to show you guys. I'm gonna start with this one. This one is probably gonna get some interesting comments. This is a Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver. This watch is a little loud. You know, it's not really necessarily my style. Funny though, I brought this watch to Brazil with me. I just got back on Monday and everybody there loved it. They loved this watch because it's like, it's blue, it's a little loud, you know, it says Louis Vuitton right there on the straps. I like less branded type of fashion in general. You guys know that. This was the first time that I ever collaborated with Louis Vuitton for anything. They sent me this watch. This was only 2 years ago. And I was so happy, man. So when I got this, I was like, yo, this is cool. This is pretty cool. This is again, another one of those watches, just like the blue dial Rolex, that if I am going to like a pool party or something like that, this is a cool watch. It's a cool summer watch. Every time I look at this watch, I'm like, all right, Louis Vuitton knows who I am. That's cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Last but not least, maybe I shouldn't have ended with this one. It's kind of funny. They're gonna laugh at me. This is a Daniel Wellington. You know, Rodrigo's like, what? What are you doing, bro? He's like, throw that in the trash, bro. Here's why this means a lot to me, guys. One of the first times that I ever got like free stuff, that a brand ever reached out to me and was like, hey, we want to work with you. And they sent me like 3 of these. And I kept this one. I actually gifted the other ones to like friends and family, and they love the watches. I keep it in my drawer right there, right next to my computer. And every time I open the drawer, I see it. And it makes me work harder. It reminds me of the beginning. It reminds me of my origins. I did a video for them for free, or like an Instagram photo for free, just for the watch. So I keep this as a reminder of where I started. From this, I grew the collection into this. So this is the collection, guys. Let me know in the comment section below which one you liked the best. And if you have any questions, I'll be answering them in the comment section below. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Peace.